Hi everybody, Honest John here. Right from the start of his presidency, Donald Trump took a belligerent tone towards Iran. Part of this was racism. Not just racism against Muslims, although that might have been some of it, but it's racism towards Barack Obama. And Trump tried during the course of his presidency to wipe out everything that Obama had done in his 8 years as president. So there was no way that Trump was going to let the nuclear deal with Iran stand, because that was one of Barack Obama's biggest achievements. So even though leaving the deal was a bad idea, that's what he did. Now, Iran had been in complete compliance with the deal. But as a result of the United States leaving it, Iran felt free to violate the terms of the agreement. And there was nothing we could do about it short of going to war. A lot of national security experts were very worried about that. If there's one thing that we've learned over the years, is that it's real easy to start a war, but you can't win them. You can invade and even take over the country, but you can't subdue it. Resistance will never end, and the death toll will continue to mount for as long as you remain. But then a strange thing happened. Just as tensions reached their most feverish pitch, all of a sudden the momentum towards war with Iran just stopped. Trump went silent. He even stopped tweeting about Iran. See, the one thing that Trump did not consider was that Iran is Russia's most significant ally in the Middle East. And Putin was not going to let anything happen to them. So when Putin told Trump to stop messing with Iran, Trump was simply brought up short. Now, part of that was Trump's fawning adoration for Putin, but also Trump owed his presidency to Putin. And he knew that Putin also had the ability to end it. Putin knows Trump's secrets. And he also has a lot of financial leverage over Trump. Putin could just end Trump's political career by releasing the secrets that he knows. And he could end Trump's political empire with a word, just by telling Russian oligarchs to stop supporting Trump's businesses. And without Russia, Trump's business empire would crumble. So I guess we can all be grateful to Putin for preventing Trump from plunging us into another stupid war. But the damage that Trump has done to our country on Putin's behalf is very extensive and will take a long time to repair. Recently, I was in a line just ahead of a couple of Trump fans, and they were talking shit about Joe Biden, and I turned to them and I said, everybody knows Trump is in Putin's hip pocket. And then I added, no real American could watch the way Trump brown-nosed Putin without feeling shame and embarrassment. And those guys were furious. But they couldn't think of anything to say, so they got out of the line I was in and moved to a line further down. So now we have Joe Biden in the White House. Putin has no hold on him, and even though he has no interest in going to war with Iran and wants to revive the nuclear deal, Biden did authorize a military strike against Iranian-backed militias in Syria and Iraq who were threatening American forces, sending a clear message to both Iran and Vladimir Putin that, unlike Trump, Biden will not tolerate anyone threatening our troops. But there is something else that Biden needs to do. Now, he's real busy right now, but at some point in the next few months, Biden should release all recordings and transcripts of Trump's conversations and meetings with Vladimir Putin. And he should have our intelligence agencies issue a report on Trump's involvement with the Russians, so that every American can clearly see the full extent of Trump's treason. Thanks for listening.